Giga West is growing like crazy. It is on the move. It is getting stocked up, juiced up, ready to go. And that means it is time for me to bring on my good buddy and a partner in Sunburn. Mark Coughlin is here, and we are going to be, it's great. I carry tactical sunscreen with me on my belt loop everywhere I go. Only popped open and ruined my clothes one time. That's something I can work on. But Mark's is permanent. He can actually...
Permanent. It's terrible, and it changes all the time, so you never know what's going to happen. So
he's got it tuned to the stock market. That's great. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. So what I should mention, wow, that is like a scene in a horror film. I did have someone last week say, "Oh, you guys, your color balance is so..." I'm like, it really doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter, really?
Especially since I was, on the road. Come on, man. Hey, Giga West, what's going on there? Any ideas what we're looking at this week?
Yeah, by the way, progression continues, and it looks like we've got some more work going on the stamping pit there. It appears that is there more 45-degree beams out the front of the building?
I really feel like there is. These are a very clever system. We'll show them in greater detail here in a second, but they're a really clever system. But quick shout out to Zangler, the Tesla semi-advocate. And you can subscribe as I do and all that, and give him the thumbs up as I've done. And it is free to give this video a thumbs up as well. Consider doing that. So we've got right in the middle of this picture. Do you see something new?
We have some sort of a boxy looking thing that's rather large because, of course, this is a big building.
We believe that is the beginning of the HVAC. Can't really tell, not too close in, but yes, the HVAC is getting started.
And of course, with a building this large, they just have one HVAC unit, right? Just one.
Yeah, and the thermostat is in your manager's office.
And he's the one that gets the call. Hey, this is John in the Southwest. It's really warm over here. Can you turn it up? Turn down the air conditioning a little bit? Oh,
no. I worked at one of those buildings where it used to be a million little offices, and then it was one very large office. And we had to get the HVAC guy in because it was blowing the hottest air in the world on me. And he comes out, he's got his little IR gun, and he's like, yeah, that's coming out at like 110. That's crazy. And it was because the thermostat that controlled my desk was around the corner inside someone else's office, where apparently there was a manager that controlled the whole office. And the poor guy who's in there now is like, oh, it's a little chilly in here. It just keeps cranking up Brian. So that's definitely relevant to our discussion today. No, they will put more HVAC, folks. We are just joking around as we do. This is next door. This isn't actually... this is just a generic building. Zangler believes it's a fulfillment center for someone else. Building site itself, you can see they're getting a lot of stuff laid out. As we come around to the actual pit, yes, it is all here. It is all underway. And these, it's kind of hard to see, but do you see this line here in the middle? Actually, I think I might be able to do this and do you see these orange sections here in the middle?
Yep.
They're triangles, and they have guy wires on them to stabilize the long, skinny pole.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, because...
Why would because the pole's so long, it needs guy wires to remain rigid or in place?
Yes, the poles are not simply providing lateral support in one direction. I guess that'd be not just, the directional support, but also lateral support. So the building doesn't sway. But with as complete as this building is getting, my guess is these will be gone next week because you clearly need to take them down to put the actual wall panels up.
Right. And I see that to the left of this photo that there is a new drive-in bay. A little further, you can see the structure around this new drive-in bay.
Oh, that?
Right there. So it's coming. It looks like you've got a large door to be able to access for
Oh
machinery or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they won't give that a silly name like Giga Birth Canal. Because
Because
definitely,
yeah, they don't do that. Yeah.
no, very serious company, all kinds of seriousness on that front. So yeah, I think those braces will be gone next week. That's that's my theory. Yeah, there you can see the structure of it a little better.
Yeah, and the
Reminds me of a
size, the
pole on a
scale,
ship, a
yeah, it's
mast,
just crazy large. Like that
very large.
is very, very large compared to those small pieces of machinery, which are not small.
Which are not small. This basket can hold two people comfortably. These are big, big buildings. By the way, Elon gave a interview to Transportation Secretary Duffy yesterday, and in it, they're in the lobby of Giga Texas, and you can see just how high the ceiling is. It's so big that it doesn't even make sense in the scale of the iPhone video. And remember, that's the first floor. There's another floor that's just as big above it. Crazy. These are very, very large buildings. Um, at the southeast corner here, I wanted to point this out. Notice anything different in this section?
Well, we've got a parking lot. Looks like a
Yes, we do.
temporary parking lot.
Yes, we do.
What are the dividers?
Visual, because if you put chalk down, it blows away. And if you
Oh,
put
true.
ink down, it blows away.
We're talking
So
about the desert. Yep.
it is the desert. What you're seeing is employee cars in numbers that you did not see them before, suggesting what?
You have employees working at the site.
Inside doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And with the ratio of trucks to not trucks, I'm guessing these are all contractors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Contractors love to drive pickup trucks.
it's helpful when you're, doing that kind of work.
Yep.
The only other thing that I wanted to point out, not in this corner, but around the other
Ah,
side. Yes, this
yep. We know
will
what
come.
that
We
is.
know what that is. I mean, look at the conduit. Clearly, this is a very large iPhone charging station for very large iPhones.
Very clearly, yes.
But around on this side of the building, the light poles have gone up.
Okay. All right.
Let's see there.
So,
We can see them.
yep.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
not the most exciting. But if
But
what
again,
you're
other parts that's going to lead to people operating on different shifts. Got to have light if you've got people that are parking trucks or trying to navigate in the darkness. You got to get those lighting systems up and running.
Yes, you do. Now, worth noting that last week when the video went up, there was a break in the audio due to a technical glitch that was not caught prior to publication. So we fixed it, exported it again, put it up again. Didn't put any notes on the first one, so that stayed up. So that's cool. But that means it is Q&A time.
Of course, it is.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably good. Let's jump over to the cues in one of the videos. Every 2 weeks, we'd ask, should we slow it down? No, these episodes with Mark are my favorites. Randy videos are good too. Randy in Hawaii has a World Hawaiian shirt model, and Mark in, I guess, Purple Land. Are you in Paisley Park? You sure he was rescued? I mean, I know the ransom was never paid, but that background gives me doubts. Just saying.
This is
Hope
a
you
whole
feel
lot better than the original ransom videos. I can guarantee you that, Brian.
hope you feel better, and please keep tightly puckered. It was a concern when I got to day 4, and I was like, "Oh, it should be slowing by now." So I had a medical consult and got that squared away. Any chance of Tesla manufacturing a car like the Chrysler Town and Country? 7 seats or 5 back ones that fold down into the floor. You get a large van. I've had one for 20 years. Most practical car I've ever had, though not as fun as the Model Y. What do you think?
No chance.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think, I think this is great that this person is happy with his town and country, and he's had it for 20 years. I get it when you love a car and you keep it running and it's yours and you would never give it up if you were not forced to. But you know what? When you start fresh, Town and Country just does not come to mind.
No. And while MPVs, minivans, are popular ish in China, even in China, they're not that big of a chunk of the market, and they just don't sell that well.
Yeah.
And the real obstacle you get to is you end up needing to put a 200 kilowatt hour battery pack in it, like GM has done with so many of their vehicles, because it's just big. It's just big. So I'm with you, Mark. As much as I would love that vehicle, if it was built, it would be prohibitively expensive. And people would say, well, I mean, I did want it, but I'm not paying 75 grand for a minivan.
Yeah.
So then we've got this great question here. Do you think the Giga Mexico will ever be built?
Do I think it'll ever happen? Yes. Mm-hmm. At some point, it will happen. What that point is, what that date is, I don't know. I don't know if I could even get close to an accurate date on that because, as we've seen, there's been a lot of delays.
Self-imposed. Mark and I are shooting an entire video about my thoughts on should Giga Mexico have been built. And my conclusion is yes, they should have built it. And I will go into why, and Mark will tell me why I'm wrong and why I'm right. Yes.
That's my job here.
Well, I mean, you have many jobs, by the way. Where's my tea?
I'm not good at that job, but okay.
No. Yeah. By the way, one of your other jobs to help me with my pronunciation, what do you call it when a vehicle is limited to a certain geography? You know, like how Waymos are locked into one area.
Geofenced?
See, that's what Herbert said. I always thought it was gooey fenced. You know, like gooey duck. Thought it was gooey fenced. Well, you say iron weird, so maybe it is gooey fenced. Anyone else find the irony that the first thing talked about after the silence went out was the volume of batteries in semis? Yeah, great. Great work. What's the lifespan of a Tesla semi, do you think? Brisbane Tesla guy wishes to know. And what about replacement parts, replacement batteries?
Oh, there's definitely going to be replacement parts and batteries available for that vehicle because it's going to be used like no private vehicle is used today. So
correct.
The span of it, if they're smart, they're going to build it with the intention of it lasting longer than a regular Mack, Peterbilt, Freightliner, Volvo. They're going to have all those specs. And if similar to the Model 3 and Y, they can actually do it, that is going to allow them to sell even more of these units. Because again, the bean counters aren't only interested in maintenance and the cost of fuel for these vehicles, they are interested in how long they last and how long they can keep them rolling and generating revenue for the companies that own them.
If you own 20 semis in your fleet and you get just 5% improvement in how many miles you get before replacement, you just got a free semi.
True.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. And now look at companies with 20, 30, 100, 500 trucks. I don't know if anybody has 500, probably.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, some of them like JB Hunt, they have 1,000+ vehicles in their fleets.
Could you imagine getting, with just a 5% increase in lifespan, 50 free trucks? 50. Yep. A very valid question here from Sergio. Ever considered changing the name of the channel to iWest Ozza?
And the answer is yes. We've said that many times, that is something clearly that we should look into.
That is it. Another joke about the audio issue. Brian went into the cone of silence. Hey, I know what I did, right?
It happens.
Did you, wishes to know Tifragia, make the mistake of eating something with, I assume they mean unwashed lettuce on it in Mexico? My buddy and I tried to figure out what we both ate, and because it was something we both had. The problem is we had a lot of the same things, so who knows? It could have been anything, but it was memorable.
It was unpleasant at best.
Fair, fair, accurate, memorable. How about some update on Tesla battery facility in China? Are they still on track? Has it been taken over by the Chinese government? According to prior reports, it should already be producing batteries. How about a drone fly over there? Haha. And why didn't Elon or Tesla staff issue any reports?
Drone flyovers in China have been strictly prohibited, and they are shot down out of the sky electronically if anyone attempts to do so. Not like the early days when Giga Shanghai was being built. There were a couple that were flying, but that quickly stopped after the authorities realized what was going on, because of course people would post their videos on social media, and they changed that rapidly.
Yes. Now you could conceivably do a flyover at the semi pack at the mega factory, but there's nothing to see. Um, it is a mistake to assume that there have been no reports. There have been reports. It entered production with first deliveries in March. So we are 2 months of production now. They are shipping. They are shipping them, we know, to Australia. Presumably, they're being shipped domestically as well. That factory is on track, not just on track, it is in production. I have not heard of it being seized by the Chinese government. That was an early fear that we heard a lot in 2019 and 20 about the Giga Shanghai. Has not materialized. China has moved past that. China makes so much money on taxes that it would be insane of them to even think about taking the factory, because it would shut off all foreign investments from there on.
Yeah, that's a good point, because, of course, the world is watching now, and everyone's familiar with how it's being run. And if you were to turn off that tap, like you said, foreign investment would dry up rather quickly.
It would. It would. And could they actually make more money by seizing it than they make from taxes doing nothing?
Yeah,
Because they brought in hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes. Unlike the US, China doesn't have infinite loopholes through which to hide your money. When will Tesla start building East?
that's a geography question, really. It's
It is. It is. Well, I saw these guys hopping off the plane at the airport yesterday and looking around at signs like it was going to oh, is my connecting flight right here next to me at LAX? I'm like, buddy, you are miles from where you need to be. And the guy looked at the sign, turned to his buddy and said, Amsterdam. That would be nice if we were going there. Thinking, where are you going? It's like, well, it's like Amsterdam. We're going to the Amsterdam of Indiana, which I assume is Gary. But anyway, you should probably find one of those signs, those reader boards. East. It's a joke, but let's answer the question. Do you think there will be a semi factory somewhere else?
I don't think so in the foreseeable future, because, of course, the addressable market, Tesla believes, is about 50,000 units per year at this point. That
What about
certainly may
outside the US?
outside the U.S. Possible,
Yeah, possible.
possible, possible in Europe, possible
Yes,
in China.
yes,
Absolutely, yep.
absolutely. Once this is ramped and done, let's talk. Once we see that this works, let's talk.
Tesla's already indicated that they're building the semi with a thought on Europe, because that is a huge addressable market that Tesla's already doing with passenger cars. Why would they not do it with the semi?
And they've brought semis over to demonstrate for
Yeah.
shows. So as much as Santiago was not Santiago, who was it? As much as the commenter was joking, Jim Gleason was joking. No, who was it? Where was it? I've lost it. Anyway, somebody was joking. No, anyway, it's here somewhere. It was still a good question. Thank you for that. We can find good questions in jokes all the time. Where will the Roboban be produced there? We don't know. Too far out, right?
Yeah, it's that's certainly that can be produced in a number of areas, and of course, it may be limited, it may be in volume, but again, we really don't know.
We really
It's
don't
too
know.
far out.
And the last one we have time for, Mark. And guys, if you want to ask questions, please do. I should mention, very exciting news. Mark is going to be joining us in Michigan for the big event in Muskegon. Are you guys going to be there? Because you should. People always ask, will we be recording it? Will we be showing it off? And the answer to that is always the same. It's maybe. We might be. There's a lot of moving pieces. Summer meetup in just 29 days as of recording. It's probably 26 or something now. Who knows? But yeah, we've got Sue might not be able to make it. Sandy will definitely be there. We've got so many great guests. Bearded Tesla Guy, Jim Spencer, Dirty Tesla, Nancy and Raphael from Teslatino, Bradford and Matt from Rebellionaire. Larry's also with Rebellionaire. Jordan Giesecke is coming, my homie. And then, of course, a bunch of other people as well, all of whom Dr. Know-It-All, and Mark, we need to get a picture from you. So
Probably this purple one.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic. The last question I had for you was this one. Will Tesla build cars in Canada?
I would like that to happen, but realistically, at this point, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
We have to normalize border relations first. And then any car that's built in Canada could also be sold in the US and Mexico. But right now, any car built in Canada would be sold in Canada and Mexico. And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's
what the tariffs are doing currently.
That's tough to justify. I believe Tesla has operations in Canada, design center or something like that.
Yeah.
Great, but manufacturing, not in the foreseeable future. Hey guys, head over to the Tesla Life, see what Mark's up to. We want to get them a bunch of subscribers, all that. But at the very least, just come hang out on Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. They do a live show. I'm frequently in the chat and sometimes a guest, and it's a whole lot of fun. Covers the news, and you get to see Casey's kids on camera all the time because this is not his job. This is his passion.
Hey, if you've got little kids, you got little kids. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, yep. Got to deal with it. And they're fun. It makes the show more fun. Everybody else, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. We do clearly answer questions. And everybody else, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you, clever robots, next week at the foot of Mount Iwes.